Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Night Warfare, brought to you by the Armchair Dragoons. I am Jim. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. Sorry we're a little late in getting started, but once again, we have brought to the table new shooters, new players, which is always incredibly exciting. Well, one's not exactly brand new. He's played with us before, long-time viewer, but we also do have somebody brand new. The folks who are playing our Shako game last week, for a variety of reasons, have gone to the Four Winds. Our guy, Red Sachs, is unfortunately undergoing a minor medical procedure, and so we certainly hope he's doing very, very well. Our guy, Giorgio, couldn't be here. Our guy, Chrono, is working. Completely sucks. Robert, Robert has beat you, man. Snuck right behind you on the door. And so we're going back, and we're just going to reboot. There's nothing to do, because these are two brand new gamers, and I want you to meet them, and we're excited to have them. But before I do that, I must fulfill my obligations and send out a tweet, because that's what we do. Otherwise, sooner or later, Dalinor will come over here and yell at me and point out that I have not yet tweeted, so we can't have any of that. Ian, good evening. I was waiting for Ian to show up. I've never discussed this publicly on the channel, and no reason I should, really. But I am an adopted child, and I got for my birthday a 23andMe set. I got my results back today. Much to my shock and no small surprise, I find out I'm British. So Ian, I'm coming over there. I expect treatment. I expect treatment for me and my family, which means my son, because my wife has that too. I think we figured this out, Velker, that you are predominantly British now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he is as British can be. So take that, particularly from the London area. So David Pumphouse, I'm looking for you. All right, so I have sent out a tweet. It is not a tie. It is not a tie. The list is right there, Robert. Awesome. So here we go. We have first, joining us, playing in the role of the Kaiserlichs, the Archduke Charles, we have Achilles. How are you tonight, man?
I am well, sir.
Pleasure to have you by, as always. And our brand new shooter coming all the way, I am not making this up, from Maui, we got Bob. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a long time since I got to play a game, so I'm excited about playing.
No, very, very glad to have you. And we're playing some Shako. And we're playing Shako 2 particularly. And Ian is pleased I'm British. Oh. So we're going to jump right in. Bob's played. He's played as many as 20 games. It's been a little while. Achilles has never played before. So I'm going to try a different method of teaching because, frankly, my teaching sucked last week, and I want to do better. And I think a better way of teaching Shako is just by jumping in and doing it. What do I mean? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the two gentlemen that are playing what's at stake here. Well, what's going on here is there's the Battle of Altdorf. It's part of the Spring 1809 campaign. And the Austrians, here they are, against the better judgment of the Archduke Charles, have decided to pour into Bavaria and try to kick Napoleon out. Napoleon's allies, the Bavarians, are here at Altdorf. There they are right there. They are preparing to defend Altdorf. And so, you know, the scores, the game comes, how do we win? It's real simple. It's only an 8-turn game. It's going to come down to who can inflict the most casualties, but also who can control key spaces, not the least of them, Altdorf. So that's what they're going to fight over. That's going to be the heart of their struggle. So here in Shako, one of the key elements, and I'm going to encourage you two gentlemen to come over here to your maps, which are over here. You are going to have to be the commander. You are the overall commander. And because it's the Napoleonic era, these guys don't move exactly the way you're going to want them to. And so what you're going to have to do is take your markers, take your marking pen provided to you by Tabletop Simulator, and draw your commands. There are 3 commands that are available to you when you're doing this. Number 1 is attack. And if you're attacking, you're going to draw an arrow. And that arrow is going to show me the route that your brigade commander is going to follow to get to the battlefield. All of his troops must conform to that route. They march straight ahead. They must go forward at least 4 inches a turn. They've got to keep going forward and can't stop until they make contact with the enemy. You're going to show me the arrow point at which they will stop and then begin perhaps getting another order or something else like that. That arrow cannot have a lot of twisty 90-degree bends. It should be a good straight arrow. Don't do anything too weird. Otherwise, I will tell you it doesn't count. And just show me where you're going. How do you know which guys you are? Well, it's pretty simple. They're named right here. For every one of you has, for example, and this is visible on both maps, Radetzky is the only one of the Austrians who starts out on the map. So he's going to obviously have to have the first set of arrows. So that's the first one. That's attack. The second is defend. And defend, you don't have to draw anything. You just sit still. Units on defend until they are contacted by the enemy cannot move. Their artillery can shoot in defense of the division, but they can't move. The third is reserve. Reserve means you're really sitting there. It's just easier to activate than it is to defend. So, what are the orders that guys are starting the Battle of Altdorf with? Fair question. Here I am opening up the book, you see. I thought I had this marked. There we go. Orders. Seebein and Seidewitz. You see their names right there? They're right in the map. Seebein and Seidewitz. They both start with defend orders. Vincenti, unsurprisingly, he's on reserve orders. Praising, however, when he arrives, he is going to need new orders. Yep. Charles is going to be remaining off the map. All formations are on attack orders. All are on attack orders. So that's all the guys coming in. Who's going to be coming in? Another fair question. Let's take a look at the map. Now I'm going to the big map. We obviously have these guys already marked down from their maps, and we obviously have Radetzky back here. In addition to these, however, on turn 1, Hessen-Homburg is going to arrive. Where's Hessen-Homburg? Well, he's parked over here. On turn 2, Meyer is going to arrive. And pricing won't be showing up until turn 5. So all that having been said, I suppose I should say, since he's coming on right now, where is Hessen-Homburg going to be coming on this, our first turn? He's coming in over here. Sort of to the left of this little river line.
Just to be clear, you're talking about the center of the board, there's a little river line.
It's this right here that I'm pointing at. This is little riverlet right there.
Okay, I see it.
Yes, that is what is happening. Just making sure. And so once he shows up, you got to give me some orders for him. So what are we going to do every turn once you've drawn your arrows? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But I'm going to tell you the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do artillery fire. And we'll talk about how artillery fire works when we get there. But know this in Shako. If you move, you don't get to fire your artillery unless you're horse artillery. Okay, so regular artillery, it's a move or a shoot, not both. Also, this is Marsh. And by the way, Ian Jackson was concerned about this. Hey, Potbellied Slim. Ian Jackson was concerned about this. I looked it up in the rules. Under the rules of Shako, usually ball shot bounces and bounces along the length of these lovely sticks over here. But because this is Marsh, it gets one hit and stops dead. So there's no bounce through. So the first thing, like I say, we would do is we would take artillery fire. The next thing we'll do after that is determine division move order. But that's jumping ahead. We're going to start with drawing orders. So, I'm going to say both of you have these things under concealment. I'm going to, like I said, Seebein, Vincenti, and Seidovitz are already accounted for. I'm going to ask my Austrian... Nope, you got to keep that under the secret. Don't move it. You certainly don't want to share it with those naughty Bavarians. They'll see it. You're going to have to draw using... You're going to have to draw using your marker where Radetzky is going, and also drawing just over here to the left of Radetzky, show me where Hessen-Homburg is going. And remember, this is their whole route. When they get to the arrow tip, they're going to stop. So, yeah, I guess, let's see here. Achilles, that's you. Draw some things.
While he's doing that, I got a question for you.
Speak it.
How can I change the orders in my command?
End of the turn.
End of the turn. So they're stuck as is right now.
Yes.
Also, what formation are they in and which way are they facing?
What a fine question. Well, like I say, we were going to be doing the orders first, and I was going to talk formation before we got to gunfire. But
okay,
that's quite all right while he's drawing. These units here, you've got those big Austrian battalions. That's why they're 6 bases, not a usual 4. These fellas are all in line. These are skirmishers. This cavalry is in line. Shako recognizes, that's what I wanted, 3 basic formations. Line, which is this. Column, which is 1 unit all the way behind each other. And square, that's obviously for infantry. These Bavarians here are also in line. And they're facing out that away.
All right, sir.
Yes.
Question.
Yes, go ahead.
If I want them, let's say, for example, hypothetically, I want a unit to defend a place where it's not currently located.
Mm-hmm.
Do I draw a line to that location and then put like D for defend or something?
No, all you have to do is draw the arrow to the point you want them to stop. They will stop there and automatically revert to defend.
Roger. Okay.
His marker that he draws with, what icon is that on my?
If you take a look at your menu to your left, it's the one right below your hand.
Okay, and
you're going to scooch over and select pen. And once you've selected pen, you're going to go over to that circle that's just to the left of the garbage can.
Okay.
Left click that and pick the color you like. Make it bright.
Okay.
So I can see it. Then, once you've done that, use your plus and minus key to use your minus key to shrink the size of the line. Right now, it's huge.
Okay.
But that'll.
And I would.
Go ahead.
I would draw that on my little tactical map or on the game board if I'm making an order change.
You draw that here on the map. When you're doing an order change, one of the things I love about Shako, that's where you're going to be using. Well, you're the Bavarians, so.
Right.
You're going to be using these guys right here.
Okay.
You're going to send them out from De Groy out to the the brigade commander, in this case like Seebein or Seidovitz. You're going to send them out there, and you're going to tell them how you're going to change their order. So, for example, let's say you wanted them to go on the attack. You would send them with that order. There's a procedure we have to follow to check whether they make it there or not. But they're going to physically move to that spot. And then once you send attack orders, once they get them, that's when you get to draw your arrow over on the tactical map.
Okay. Now, changing tactical formation, that's done by the brigade commander. He doesn't need I could just do that?
Correct. You can absolutely, yes, changing formation is takes a whole move, but that is done by the local commander.
Changing formation, changing facing also?
Facing is a little trickier, as if you're on the attack, you have to march in the direction of the attack.
Right.
Hey, Jim?
Yes.
For whatever reason, it is not allowing me to draw anything.
Try now.
Oh, there it is.
I forgot that. You gotta lock it.
So, just while he's doing that, I'm looking at this map,
Mm-hmm.
the actual game board.
Yep.
That is all marshy area, or is that providing concealment or anything?
No
or
concealment.
is all,
That is no concealment. That is marsh. It great
so,
question. It does not affect the movement of infantry or cavalry. Artillery may only move through it on this road.
okay, and doesn't provide any cover or concealment or anything like
It does
that.
not.
Okay,
That's the-
and then if you look just under where it says Achilles, that's all hills, correct? And then
This,
valley.
Yep, that's exactly. It's a valley between two hills.
Okay.
Evening, John.
And another question: how far forward can I defend from my defend order?
Not at all.
So we're let's say
If you're defending, you stay put.
like if, for example, Sieben is locked where he is, then I can change formation.
You can change some formations. Here, I'll even turn it on for you because it's my little secret, and I should allow you to do this. You put them anywhere in that box.
Okay, wait a minute. Where the box that says Sieben, that's where the troops are actually
Correct.
physically located.
Yep, you can put them anywhere in that box.
Okay, wait a minute. So we're talking this basically this grid where Sieben's in.
No,
I can put the troops.
No, you see the dotted line.
Oh, the dotted line. Okay. Oh, that makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
It also matters that Sieben is mine.
Oh, good point.
Sieben's yours?
No,
Yeah, you're on the other side of the map. I'm
no,
Bavarian.
But, yeah, but you're the Bavarian. Achilles, you're the but Achilles, you're the Austrians.
I am?
Yeah,
Well, then why am I drawing my orders first then?
you should be drawing them for Radetzky.
Ah. Well, that changes things dramatically.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. No, Siebine is you are the Austrians, so you're drawing orders for Radetzky.
All right. Well, then I should be. I thought the Austrians did their orders second, but that's my mistake.
Well, it actually doesn't matter from that perspective because frankly nobody can see them.
Oh, good point.
Well, you can see them and the home audience can see them, but most importantly Bob can't see them.
Damn. I got some drones up.
If I remember this from the last time, the artillery can only go on the road. Is that correct?
That's accurate.
So it's stuck in the swamp and can't move then?
No, he can deploy them over there.
Okay.
See, he's got this red box of all the dashed lines.
Right. But
So
he cannot move them from.
So
if he can only move on the.
He can only move on the road, correct.
And just for information purposes, each one of these squares, if I put it on a regular table, would be what size? 12 by 12?
Correct.
So we're playing on a 5 by 5 table, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that group of reinforcements, do I need to draw lines for them now?
Yes, you should draw lines for them now, for Hessen-Homburg.
And do I need to draw a separate line for my artillery if it's not following the infantry?
Let's talk about that. It has to. All units must be within 18 inches of their commander when on the move. Artillery can get dropped off and be left to fire from a distance in support, but when moving while the units are on the attack, all units must remain within the command radius of their brigadier, 12 inches.
the Bavarian units where they are, or can I move them to where I want them to move without
Well,
an
what
order?
you're going to do is once he's done drawing, you're going to set up your units how you like them.
Okay. And that just in the location, or can I put them in different formations
You
if
can
I don't
absolutely
like
put them in any formation you like.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any special notation for me if I wanted to drop off the artillery?
No, you'll be moving along with that unit, and if you're just going to leave the artillery off on the road, like if you put that artillery here, I know you've left it behind because it literally
Gotcha.
cannot move.
All right, then I think I am done.
All right. With that done, and since pricing comes a long while later, every now and then we're going to get a Unity error. Unfortunately, Wednesday night is sometimes that night, which means we're going to crash out, should be happening to you all right now. This is never a cause for panic.
So what do? Hit OK?
Yep. Unfortunately, Tuesday is patch night for our friends at Tabletop Simulator. I'm rushing back into the game, which should be up momentarily as soon as... Let's see here. $7.33. Got it. Hopefully we didn't lose too much of your work there, Achilles.
It won't be hard to fix now that I know that I'm
Now
that I know
that you
that
know
I'm
that
the
you're the
Austrians.
Austrians. All right, so Achilles, you never left. That's interesting. Or did you just jump back in?
No, I just jumped back in.
Got it. Yeah, so you can go over there and start fixing it because it looks like we lost it. And Bob, I'm going to send you another invite.
Okay.
Sent.
I gotta get out of all this.
Oh,
Potbellied Slim says, Achilles, you missed your chance. While the lights went out, you could have snuck across the swamp.
good plan.
Okay, so how do I get rid of all this stuff from Steam
Okay,
again?
it's done.
Unfortunately, when I'm not looking at your desktop, it's hard to say. All you need up is Steam and Tabletop Simulator. Shift Tab is often the way to get rid of the interface.
There it is. Good enough. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my lines are drawn.
Excellent. So now it falls to you, Bob, to place your units. That would be these here. Just Radetzky.
That's me? I thought
No,
I'm
I'm
Bavarian.
Why would I do that backwards? You see, I'm blaming Achilles for this. This is Achilles' fault. Yes, the Bavarians now place.
Okay, so I just click on them and move them over. Do I want
You
them?
do not click on them. What you're going to do is you're typically going to left click and drag, which will highlight a unit at a time, which is what I recommend. And then you mouse over them and left click and hold. And
Okay, wait a minute. So,
you drag them around.
okay, so left click, and drag.
Trying to figure out where you are. Which units are you looking at?
I'm looking at Steven. I want to put him down in Altdorf.
Oh, okay, cool. So what you're gonna do? Let's say you wanted to put the 7th Light Infantry Regiment, which is right here.
Okay.
What you would do is it's kind of like you're lassoing them. So you start out a little above them, left click and drag, and that'll highlight them.
Okay, wait a minute. So,
you're not in the game. That's why you can't do it. You're still not. You're not back at. You don't have your color back. Give me a second. There you go.
okay, so left click.
Wait, did I just kick Achilles? No, you're right. Yeah, that's fine.
No, I'm good.
Yep. So you can do it individually, or you can lasso the whole unit. It's really up to you. Each section in Shako, each town section, is a separate entity. So
Okay, and how many units?
One in each.
How many? One in, oh, so I can only put one unit in each section.
One battalion. So that this here, that unit line, looks like that.
That's one battalion.
Correct.
Okay, so that can, and so the section. Okay, so there's two sections?
Four. You see the
4 sections. Okay, yeah, okay. Do I can't remember. Can I just put them, and that's one unit, they defend 360 degrees in a town? Or do they have to be?
Right, they are considered to be defending that town in that location, correct.
Okay.
And like I say, it'll make it a little faster for you. If you grab them, if you sort of if you left click and hold and then drag over the top, it lets you take the whole unit.
Okay.
You're going to need to do that for measurement purposes later.
Okay, so left click.
That should highlight them.
Okay, let me try it again.
Nope, you don't click on the unit itself. You click a little bit off the unit.
Okay. Okay, well, I got 2 that time.
That's the theory.
And back to 1, but okay. Skirmishers.
They got to be inside the lines.
They got to be inside the lines. Okay.
So it can't be there. They're going to have to, you can put them up there if you want, but remember, 12 inches away from your commander, too. So that's fine.
Is artillery. Oh, this box is 12 inches though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if one behind the other's column, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get flanking support?
Yep.
Or it's support in a town?
No.
Okay. And then let's see, let's go up to my other unit. That's a fairly small box, correct?
Yep.
Okay, how do I turn them 300 or 90 degrees?
Holding onto the unit, use your Q and E keys.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so
Those guys are dizzy.
Yeah, which way are they facing? Oh, these are cavalry. Okay, wait a minute.
I don't know why you feel the need to kick Achilles, frankly, but I don't think that seems nice.
Are they talking about me again?
Yeah, that's their nature, I think.
Okay, so wait a minute. If I want to, I can drag all these guys, right?
Yep.
And I can turn them. Q is to the left.
Mm-hmm.
How come this guy didn't go?
You didn't get him selected.
How do I stand him back up? There he is.
Yeah, they're all jackals.
They are. It's a loving crab bucket.
Okay. So my goal was to turn those guys so they're facing Achilles.
Well, he's not. You're talking about these guys coming here?
Actually, no, I just want to guard my the flank.
There's no
My,
flank.
what
There's
would
no
be,
flank for you to worry about. Those guys are
oh,
all
okay.
coming from this side.
Oh, they're all coming from that side. Okay, then I want to put them over here by the cavalry then,
All right.
or the artillery.
About there?
Yeah, that's good. And then the other ones, yeah, that'll be good too.
And you'll put them there. Good deal.
Okay. And Commander Delroy is going to stay where he is for now.
Yep.
The ones on the right side of his artillery are in the wrong box.
Oh, so they are. Yeah. Be a little snugger than that. We'll do this.
Okay.
Always happy to croupier. There we go.
So did you design the interface for this, for all the figures and the maps and stuff?
No, I mean the game itself comes as it is, Tabletop Simulator. I built the. My wife drew the map, not this map. This is a Michael Hopper map for Shako 2. It's out of one of his books. I pulled together the units, the bases, the actually the Bavarians and a lot of the Austrians are designed by one of the Armchair Dragoons crew, Giorgio Barato, one of our own.
Oh.
He designed those. That's his wonderful talents.
Well, it's quite impressive.
It's thank you. No, it's a delight. I figured out how to do this a while ago and I've not left since. All right, so you got some guys in line over here waiting. You've got these guys over here getting ready to skirmish like naughty people. And then you got these boys defending Altdorf. These guys here, you might want to put them in column just because that's more maneuverable. And I'm going to do my naughty little column trick, which I was taught just the other day. It's snap guys right in a column in this game. I love it.
I'm impressed.
Just because, and then, yeah, you got to keep them inside your box. But yeah, the skirmishers, they feels to me like they want to go out first. Seems like a skirmishy thing to do. As I say, the advantage, obviously, of column is that it's faster.
Right.
As we all know. As every schoolboy used to know.
Is there a quick way of showing which way they're facing?
I always use the flags. That's why I put the flags to the voward. And then I just, and failing that, zoom in real close. They're all facing out. All right. That makes it your turn, Achilles, to show us your deployments for Radetzky.
Roger that.
I'll say this, it's already a radically different deployment from last game.
Just out of curiosity, are all mine facing towards Radetzky?
Yep.
The guys in Altdorf? Okay. Because looking at it,
let me poke
it
down
shows them face.
Nope, they're all good.
For the artillery, do they need to be facing the wrong direction for movement?
Yes, that is how we symbolize. I don't build limbers for Shako, so yeah, you want to just face them the wrong way. I do build them for LaSalle too and some others, but
I'm impressed you can keep all the different roles together.
I'll let the gremlins in the chat judge how well I keep them straight. But thanks.
This guy's in column or in line?
Let's see. These horses there. That's line.
Okay.
Skirmish. Obviously skirmishers. And gigantic honking battalions of Austrians. You seem a little short over here, Achilles. What am I missing? You should have, each one of these should have 6. Did you lose somebody?
No, I was moving them one behind the other for
they
column.
wandered ahead. They wandered away on you. I found him. I'm oh, what's the name? I had the provosts go off and get him. Cool. So skirmishers are in place. You're typically going to want to put Radetzky as the divisional commander in Shako pretty central. And remember, he's the guy that's got to be riding on your arrow. So I'm going to be looking at your arrow to show me what you intend, because that's the route you have to follow. That's the route he has to follow. So he's got to be based on your arrow. And if you want to change it, I understand. But based on...
Actually, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, sorry. Sorry for interrupting. Continue. I think you know where your limits are. The map drives me crazy, so I'm putting my green back. Much nicer.
Yeah. So have you done this for other scenarios?
Oh, yes. We've done Quatre Bras. We've done... What else have we done with Shako? I've got 7 or 8 Shako scenarios done for this. I've got Teugenhausen. I've got... well, shoot, I've got the book right here. I've got one or two from the Field of Glory that Chris Leach did. Including the Russian guard attack at Austerlitz. Yeah, I've got Altdorf, Rheinhausen, and Teugenhausen done so far. Yeah, you got those skirmishers mixed in there. Let me see if I can get them out of there for you. There you go. Radetzky definitely gives the order to march, no dispute.
Okay, am I even close to being in a correct formation here?
That's what you've got.
Ah. All right then.
And just because I'm funny this way.
Okay, I think that's correct.
That looks good to me. The one thing I'm going to say, these guys are going to wind up being faced the wrong way based on your maneuver. Because they got to go.
How do you mean?
They got to go this way.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
They can wheel and face that way, but that's wasteful. You know, because you're probably going to want to do something like this. I'm going to make sure that's still in the box, unfortunately. I hate turning this thing on. It's not lovely.
It's close enough.
Let's I'm going to back them up just a tiny bit. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take all these 1st Battalion crazy people. Kind of face them like that. You move them as you like, but... There we go.
Here's the.
Right about there?
That's it. That's what it should look like.
There we go. And now let's get Radetzky into a nice spot. More like that, I think. Although he's got to ride the arrow, so he'll go there. Checking your radiuses. You're perfectly good.
Yeah, he should easily be within. It's 12 inches, right?
It is. So you're good. Awesome. All right, so he's all set. This is all set. And the first thing we do before we roll for any sort of divisional initiative is we check for cannon fire. Well, this cannon can shoot. How does cannon fire work? It's 45 degrees off the front, so he's got a shot back there. We then, these sticks right here, this you'll see is foot guns. We have 2 sticks. I'm going to take this stick and I'm going to take it right to the center and I'm going to scooch it right over that center. You tell me what you want to shoot at and I'm going to put it over that thing.
I want to shoot down here at the Uhlans.
I thought so. Now, as I said, it doesn't bounce because we're here in the marshes. Most of combat in Shako is resolved with a single D6. Achilles, you're already familiar with our die rollers. I don't know as you'd have any opportunity to be, Bob. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. You see this blue thing right there?
Move your thing again. The die up in the corner?
It's this one right here. That's you. You're blue.
Oh, the hand.
Yeah, it's this critter right there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're always going to be, just so you know, you're always going to be moving the, if you want to increase the number of dice rolls, which I don't think you ever do in Shako, you use the pluses and minuses.
Okay.
Shrink it back to 1. And when you actually want to roll a die, you're going to roll you're going to click on the number. But before we do that, let's talk about modifiers. Since you wanted to shoot at the Uhlans, we notice the red stick, you have to shoot canister. We call that mandatory canister. The second level, that's canister range, but you have another option there that we'll talk about when it happens. With this one, though, we can see that you're at the farthest extremity of the stick. And so we take a look over here at our artillery table. We have our quick reference sheets right there. That is long range. That is a foot battery. So you only achieve a kill on a 6. However, every unit in Shako has a morale rating, an MR. The front morale rating of the Uhlans is a 4. So if you get a 6, you're going to get a kill. But if you get a 4 or better, you're going to get a stagger, which has effects later in the game on morale and organization and things like that. So, Bob, since you're shooting at him, roll a 1d6.
Just click on the number, right?
On the number. If you mouse over it, it'll eventually will turn into a button. And when you see that, you know you're good to go.
I see 2 dice when I mouse over it.
Should not see 2 dice. Oh, that's the actual, no, that's the die itself. Go down here to the number, just a little bit below it.
Okay.
And when it turns into a red button, which it should do, that's when you know you can left click. There it is.
A
A
5.
5. Very nice. That's a stagger. And so we hang that little burden on them. Do you have any other deployed guns? Yes, you do. You've got
The
this horse
horse artillery?
artillery. Shorter range. Anybody in range? Oh,
No.
no, there's
What?
not. And they've deployed no one. So that's the end of artillery fire. A lot of casualties will come from artillery fire in Shako, let me tell you. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll for divisional commanders. This is going to determine who gets to go first. Every divisional commander gets one of these little pucks set next to them with the number indicating where it goes in order. I'm just going to roll through them. So, Bob, I guess we'll start with you. Why don't you roll one? Higher is better. Why don't you roll 1d6 for Sidovitz? Oh dear, he only got a 1.
Yep.
Apparently, he is not highly motivated today. At least not yet. All right, who else we got? We've got Zebine. What's his motivation?
Oh, I got to click on the 1.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 3.
A little better. It's not going to matter over much because he's still stuck on reserve orders, but we got to give Vincenti a die roller anyway. So, Vincenti.
He's a 5.
Naturally. The guy that's least likely to move, in fact, can't.
And I think that's it for me, correct?
It is. Let's go over here to Achilles. Biggest one for you, of course, is Radetzky. What's his motivation? Ooh.
Apparently, he's not very motivated either.
Yeah, that gunfire might have unmotivated him. Now Hessen Hamburg, who's coming onto the board as part of your turn. Ooh, much more motivated. All right. Now everybody gets to do their thing, and the turn follows a pretty common sequence. There's movement, musketry, and melee. We've already had artillery fire. You already saw that. Within musketry, we do skirmishing and volleys, but in that order, and that happens in sequence. So the first thing we've got is a couple of 5s. Now we tied, right? However, whoever has the most attack orders gets to go first. Well, we know who that is. That is our friends, the Austrians. So they get to bring on Hessen Hamburg. I'm going to bring the troops over to you, because there's a boatload of them. Here they come.
Indeed.
Now, I've brought them to you in line. They needn't stay in line, of course. Looking at your arrow, yep. Let me real quick reposition them. Now, you are going to be bringing them on from here and marching them onto the battlefield. So bring them on in whatever order you want, but remember, Hessen Hamburg must remain within 12 inches of them at all times as he follows the line of the advance. And if you want him in column, you can let me know.
What's the movement penalty for moving through Marsh?
None. This is not
None?
not this Marsh. It's not bad, neither for cavalry nor for infantry. It's an interesting scenario-specific rule. Usually it's pretty grim.
And doesn't affect charges through the Marsh?
It does not.
They can charge?
It does not.
So the only thing it really affects is artillery.
Correct. Now you're going to remember here, I see what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're going to, you need to remember that your movement, 15 millimeter infantry in line, is only 4 inches. So if you're coming on in line, that's where your nose stops, right there.
What is the what's the column move rate?
6. Uh-oh. We lose your Bob? We seem to have lost Bob entirely. See, that's the thing. When you start talking about UV maps, I lose you completely.
Hey, I got kicked out again.
Yeah, I see that. Unfortunately, I got to make matters just a little bit worse for our friend Hessen Homburg, and I forgot about this. You're crossing the stream, which means 2 inches are cost to you, so you can only come in 2 inches. Your skirmishers, on the other hand, they can come in. They can come in the 4, so they'll be out in front.
So if they're in column, it would be 3.
It would be 4.
It would be 4.
It's a 2-inch penalty for crossing a stream. All right, Bob, you all set to be invited again? Oh man, there he is. Invite. Remember, if you're doing column, it's single line. All the way back. So it's a little of this. And 4 inches. Actually 6. So this guy could go out this far.
Anyone hear me?
I got you. I sent you a new invite. There you go.
This guy's supposed to be in front.
Yeah, I've poked into Blender a couple of times just trying to do even a few of the things, like some of the stuff that Haz is doing. I got nothing. I am officially in a position where I could beg Giorgio if I need something desperately. But let's face it, he's given me more figs than I can ever use, really. He's even done ECW guys we have to get around to. I know you keep dropping out of the game, Bob, but are you still in chat? I see you there.
I've now just got the microphone and sound back.
Awesome.
I got disconnected again, so you're gonna have to send me another invite.
Let's do it this way, since I'd like you to figure this out anyway. When you go into the main menu and it says join,
Yep.
look for friend servers or friends games.
I see. Let me do a search. Friends, FR.
No. It's one of the boxes you can check.
Oh, okay. Players, host, game, server name.
No, it's one of the big sorts.
Oh, friends only. Okay. Saturday Night Fights.
That's us.
Okay. I'm connecting.
So that way,
Gee, I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah. Now you'll always know how to jump back in.
Okay. What did you say about the skirmishers on their distance?
Yeah, they're only going to get 4 inches, unfortunately, because, well, it depends where you bring them on. But let me just check these guys, because I think they're too far forward, because they had to cross that stream. Unless you scooch them this way. Like, you could have these guys shoot this gap. So now they're not on a stream.
Yeah, I was trying to make them even with the other group, so they're coming in 2 columns side by side, essentially.
Yeah. That's cool. So we go like that. 6. Now the problem with the skirmishers is they can only go 4, because I don't know how they're going to get there if they don't cross the stream. So they're going to wind up there. They'll go as fast next turn, but that's not till then.
Okay, that should look like that, right?
Mm-hmm. That works. That far enough for that group for the moment?
Yeah, they're done.
All right, cool. All right, so we had a 5. Do we have Bob back yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
Hooray! Let me give you your color back. Let's talk about how you pick your color. Left click on your name at the upper right. And it says choose color.
I tried.
Or sorry, change color.
When I left click on it, nothing happens.
Well, we'll keep this simple. There you go.
Oh, okay.
It helps to have almost godlike powers.
Yeah.
Make bad pun. Thank God he does.
Just making up for my day job. The other 5, unfortunately, is our boy Vincenti, who's got nothing to do because he's in reserve. He's parked.
Yeah,
these guys are stuck. Those guys are stuck because I don't think those guys got to within 12 inches of anybody. They did not. Nope. So all we've got to do now, well, it's also an order issue because Radetzky goes so late. Oh my gosh. But Radetzky is going to go before sight of it. So remember this, Achilles, as you advance. They are going to be able to go after you and to go after you do in response to your movement if you get close enough to activate them.
And what is that distance? 12 inches?
I want to. It's funny because I played so much Shako in 28 millimeter. We were playing at the 15 millimeter scale. I want to make sure I'm not confusing the two in my head.
what are you talking about? I got my charts right here. Movement?
It's not movement. It's it's contact.
Like a zone? Like the 4-inch zone or greater?
Attacking divisions. Yeah, like I say, the idea is called contact.
Also, there was an index.
Yeah, it's one of the things that the book absolutely lacks. It's one of those things that I would tell Mr. Wextel, dude. $12 inches.
Just what page were you on for that?
Oh, now why would you do that to me?
Oh, never mind.
I just put the book away. No, that's cool. Yeah, so it's 12 inches. So just bear that in mind as you advance Radetzky Go. But you must advance by 4 inches at least. It is 751. Contact all defending divisions on page 24.
Okay.
Okay, you said it was 12 inches?
Yes, because remember, everything in the book is at 2/3.
Okay.
You're looking at 25 millimeter. Those are some slow walking horses.
They see my awesome cavalry just waiting for them.
They do. They do. They see them up on that hill and they're deliberating whether they think this is a good idea or not. You know, it's funny. I got a fair amount of chit chat when I called out Warlord for its 12 millimeter project. You know, people saying I wasn't being fair and all that other stuff. And there's a whole nother thing that started up today about people using proxy minis in miniature battles. Now, this is usually a bigger deal in like Games Workshop stuff, or anything really where you have an IP behind it. But as I said, my first Napoleonic set that wasn't my beloved 25 millimeter minifigs was a group of French and Russians that I played using a house rule set on the floor of my buddy's basement. My French army were Eschi plastic, which were 1/3 Imperial Guard. Just because that's all I had. And my Russians were actually Crimean. Because they didn't... Back then, Eschi didn't make Russian figs in plastic. So, play the game. Just play the game. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have a
Radetzky
friend.
has moved.
Cool. What's that, Bob?
Oh, okay. No, I was just going to say I have a friend who had 20,000 figures in 25 millimeters. And he said, I really don't care. I, just wish one side was all painted green, another one red, and another one blue. And, well, he did have 20,000 that were correctly painted. So,
Yeah,
for the
no,
unit.
I mean, my Dutch-Belgian army ran to 3,000 figs, so...
Wow. Well, this guy, he could field over 100 battalions of French infantry.
God bless him. God bless those
Yeah.
guys. No, the guy who owned the store we played at had, I don't know as he had all of it, but he was very, very close to having the 1809 Grand Armée down to the battalion level.
And for what rules?
His own.
Oh, okay.
He there was
Yeah, this guy was it was all for Empire 3.
Oh, salute.
And
Jesus.
so it was 12 figures for a French stand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this was his rules were it was a 60-1 game. So it was something on the order of 24 to 32 guys a battalion.
I had plastic army men, which I shot at with my BB gun.
Also, excellent. I strapped many in M80 to a toy soldier.
Absolutely. Just to blow up little plastic tanks and airplanes.
Sure. All right, so that was Radetzky moved. I don't think anybody else can move, right? That's it?
I'm done.
Yeah. So, okay, that's... Now, the last thing we're going to do, and we'll just... I'll flip over to the turn sequence here real quick, since we're rolling right along, which is good. I'm going to ask these nice Austrians to excuse me.
They said no, they're going home.
Yeah, they said, bugger this. You did notice those Bavarians are up on a freaking hill, right? The next phase obviously would have been musketry. Nobody's close enough. That's 4-inch range, so forget about it. Same with volley fire and skirmisher. There are obviously no melees. But now we are going to change orders and send aide de camp. Would you like, Bob, to change orders?
Yes.
All right. Well, to whom would you like to send an order?
I want to send it to Vincenzi.
All right. I want to send it to Vincenti. In order to change an order, we have to fire off, believe it or not, it's one of the things that's kind of old school, but I like it. We got to fire off one of those dudes and have him go riding back there to actually give Vincenti the order. Okay?
Okay, I want to send both back.
And that, by the way...
Hello.
Yes, yep. And the thing with that is, that by the way, is far from a crazy idea. You don't have to, however, do it all at once.
So I can see if the guy makes it, then if he doesn't, I can send the other one?
Exactly.
Okay, well, I'm going to send the first one. If he makes it, then I'm not going to send the second.
All right. So to do that, we have to check our aide-de-camp fate chart. I doubt you will achieve the excellence that was achieved by our friend Daniel Moreno when he managed to get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 guys killed.
Well, I only have 2, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah. So let's send your first one back. And why don't we roll a 1d6, please?
A 2.
Well, he has been delayed. Half move. But because he is a reserve division, he actually rides back at full speed. That's the advantage of being in reserve. So, what is full speed? Let's have a look at the chart. "16 inches. Let's see how far he gets. Good luck, brave soldier. All the way there. Very nice. So he gets all the way there and delivers an order. Do you want to send out any other orders?
No.
All right. What order are you giving Vincenti? Is it attack or defend?
Attack.
Very good. In order then to attack, you must, using Vincenti as sort of the center mass, draw now on your map the route Vincenti has been told to follow.
Okay, and the pin is the first one, right? And I put it over.
It's actually, you got the finger, right?
Right.
And then right under that is the draw.
Right.
And you want the pen, which is, as you say, the first one. Pick a good color.
I thought I picked red. How come I didn't pick it? Oh, I hit apply. Okay.
and
and then just
know
draw
what
it
you
on my
want. Just
map.
check it. See how big it is. Come over here to like where it says armchair dragoons and all that over here, and make sure how big that circle is, because you don't want it to be too big. And to make it smaller, just hit minus.
Okay, so how do I get to my map again?
There, you're doing good.
Okay, but I want to be able to see it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, so my map is, I just click on it, right? Okay.
Well, first of all, you can see it, right? I'm just checking.
Yeah, I can see it, but I want to get it larger.
Okay, you're drawing red lines all over the place now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so how do I get actually into the map?
You're drawing on
Okay,
it.
there it is. Okay, so I want to,
Yeah, and that's where I said you probably wanted to shrink that marker.
okay, which one's the shrink, the circle?
You just use the minus key.
Oh, minus, okay. So how do I get rid of the
Here's
marks
what
I
I'm going to
made?
do. I'm doing a bad thing. Ready, kids?
Yeah,
I made them all go away.
okay,
I'm
so,
gonna put the these back while you work on yours.
ooh. So let's see, I got my pen. Uh, minus.
There you go. And now for Radetzky here. Hey, Achilles.
Yes, sir.
It's about here, right?
Negative.
All right. Because you got these guys marching to the right side of the river.
Yeah, roger that. But the Radetzky's guys are only going part way in that direction, and then they turn.
Okay. And they turn. Well, actually, why don't you just draw where they turn? That'll work.
Okay.
And I'll know. All right. And what you got to do there, and Bob, so that's great. Is this tip where you want your guys? That's where they'll stop.
Let me confirm it. How do I clip on it.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get it to actually show me the map?
See, I don't know why you can't see the map.
I can see it, but I just can't make it
and
bigger.
you just deleted all the pen work.
Okay, well, I'll do it again. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me go back to my pen.
Careful, don't click on that trash can.
No. Whoa. Okay, so how do I, okay, so I want to go. So how do I get my pen to show up?
See, that's the problem. I don't know what color you've selected. I also know what marker you've got.
Okay, I selected red.
Uh-huh. And you're on pen, right? There you go.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I want to go.
All right, give me a little arrow tip where you want to stop, because that's where you're going to stop. Perfect. Don't forget to give yourself your finger back. Give him the finger.
Okay, mine are back on too.
I see that. Excellent, thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. All right, so you've done that. Well done. That was that was a change of orders. That's how Shako manages it. The next thing we do is we got some morale stuff to deal with because that dude out there is shaken. And I know that it would just it would be desire. Actually, we say shaken. Of course, it is staggered. And it's the time to see if we can get out of that staggered situation. Where's my... Yeah. So in order to unstagger, what you want to do is roll 1d6 and roll at or below that unit's morale. So you want to roll a 4 or less. He does. He was staggered. He did not like it, but he's fine now.
He wasn't happy with iron bowling balls flying at him at high velocity.
Exactly. Didn't like it for some reason. Hard not to judge him a little bit. All right, good. So that's it for turn 1. That's what we do. Now let's talk about turn 2. We remember all turns begin with artillery phases. I believe we had one gun that was certainly in range. We'll check that other one next. Let's see what sort of range that gun is.
So, horse artillery.
Well, we'll start with the foot artillery.
Okay.
Unless you want to move them later.
Nope. He's good.
All right, so we're going to go to center and same horses?
Yeah.
All right. 6 kills, 4 or better staggers.
Wait a minute. A 2.
Nothing.
Man, they've got to get their act together.
They got to start shooting quick. There's guys coming. How about this horse gun?
Still out of range.
Almost got them skirmishers, but not quite. All right, now we're going to roll around for our divisional commanders. Here we go. Start with the Austrians this time. Radetzky. Hessen-Homburg.
Well, looks like he's a little more reluctant this time.
Mm-hmm. Zeebein.
4.
Where'd his name go? Seidewitz.
A 4.
And last and certainly not least, Vincenti.
A 1. He's
Oh.
still reluctant to do anything.
Well, you told him to advance, and he said, all right, I'll advance, but I won't like it.
Yeah.
After my coffee.
After coffee, I'm advancing, not a minute before. I don't know why he's suddenly Russian.
Either.
So we had no 5s, no 6s, but I saw 4s. 4s, however, Radetzky, you're at the bat again.
Roger that. Okay, what is the charging range for cavalry?
Well, it's the same as their moving range.
So it'd be 12, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Hey, take care, Red. See you soon.
Did he say if he was okay?
He seems so. He said the meds seem to be kicking in. He's getting ready to crash. So
But what tool is Achilles using to draw to measure how far he can move?
take a tab, hold down your tab,
Okay.
and move your cursor. Hold down the tab key, and now move your cursor.
Oh, okay.
F1 to get rid of that. What you trying to do, Achilles?
Well, for some reason, I keep messing that up. So, okay. Trying to move all of these gentlemen. There.
Straight ahead or nothing?
Straight ahead.
Well, that's bold.
Okay, for the artillery to unlimber, do I move them first? These are horse artillery, so they can move and then unlimber.
Yep. But then they can't shoot. They
Right.
give up one of them.
You said it was F1 to get rid of the ruler?
Yep.
Or Alt F1?
F1.
Now to change direction, like for example, the skirmishers. Now the skirmishers have it easier than
They
the main
do.
unit.
Formed units, it costs 2 inches to wheel. Regular skirmishers cost just the 1 inch.
And their regular movement will be 6 or 4.
6.
All right. Let's see if I can figure out how to wheel these guys. Oops.
That's it. It's 2 inches. 3.
Okay.
So you got 3 inches left. Meanwhile, I was still playing Red. You didn't sleep for 2 hours.
Okay. For the formed units, they can wheel, and that takes
2 inches per click.
2 inches per click. Got it.
So they're going to get, if they turn once, they down to 2-inch move in line. That's it. I'll straighten it out. There you go. And for those following along at home, even though he did not move 4 inches forward as is required by minimum move, his change of facing reflects the arrow. And so it's necessary and appropriate. So that's all of Radetzky, I think.
Yes, it is.
All right. Pretty much Seebein is stuck there. The one who isn't stuck on the Austrian side, on the Bavarian side, is Vincenzo.
No, he's in town. The guy in town's not stuck.
Well, he's stuck, though, because
he's stuck, yeah.
He's defending.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only guy that's active now this, however, activates Seidovitz.
Okay.
Because, holy cow, check it out. There's guys there. Every unit in Shako is imagined to have in front of it a 4-inch in 15mm box. Call it a zone of control if you like. If you go into that zone of control, you're attacking that unit. Period. Full stop. So these guys here are going to be running at these guns.
This turn or the next turn?
Next time they can move.
Okay.
You guys, however, both the 5th Dragoons and the 4th Chevalier, they've got the chance to move.
Okay,
they can now move.
So I want to basically, how do I change I want to wheel him.
Mm-hmm. Well, first thing you got to know is your base movement, which is 12 inches.
Right.
Secondly, I may wind up having to do this for you until you can figure out group move, because you got to lasso him, and then you left click on the corner. And Achilles, you may want to note this. Once you've lassoed them all, you left click and hold on the corner you want to turn on.
Yep, that's good.
Right
and
there.
I want to do this.
That's 2 inches.
That's all I want to do.
All right. And
then the same
deal.
I want
the other way.
Yes, that's correct.
There you go.
Okay, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. So what are we looking at here? I think we all can see the scenario that's unfolding. It's not too tough to figure out. What's going to happen? We're going to encounter something, I suspect, I don't know this to be true, but I suspect it's true, called a support charge. What is a support charge? I will now quote. A support charge rule applies to units that moved earlier in the movement sequence, earlier than their enemy, and may be used against enemy that have themselves moved within charge reach. They are made by cavalry or infantry, and they are a sub-phase of movement. Only a division that moved earlier in the current movement phase is eligible to perform a support charge against those that moved later. After both players have finished normal movement, all formed units of the eligible player, which have moved 1/2 or less than half of their maximum allowance, may perform a support charge. They can be made against enemy-formed units that have moved within charge reach, against enemy-formed infantry battalions that fail to charge and change into line formation, not relevant here. Oh, okay, so they're already in charge reach. So this is just going to come down to an order of action. Very good. Never mind, forget I said it. This is just going to come down to how this orders out with initiative next turn. That's going to be awesome.
Hey, Jim.
Uh-huh.
I just realized I moved my horse artillery and forgot to spin them to go from limber to unlimber.
Please go right ahead. Any facing you wish.
Oops, too far.
And make sure you account for the fact that you pivoted a little off the road there. Yeah,
Okay. Are they about right, or where do they need to be?
Right about there.
Ah, thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, so that's that. That's that 4. All right, he's on a 1. So Hessen-Homburg is on a 2. Away you go. These columns and those skirmishers can all move 6 straight ahead.
Anybody else have a 1?
He's got
just
a 2.
My last guy.
He's got a 2.
Right.
But yeah, nobody's else got a 1. It's got once he's done, it's going to be Vincenti's turn.
And done.
Let's see what happened there. You can also continue to bring these guys on.
Oh, yes, I've got, how many of these? All of them?
All of them.
Back row. Are they all part of that same unit?
Yes. This is all Hessen-Homburg's brigade.
Roger that.
But again, they got to come on within the. They got to stay within the 12 inches of the command radius. So you got to shove them up a little bit. And do you want them in column?
Yes.
Yeah, make that happen for you. I know.
That is a neat trick.
Thank you, Haz. Haz knows he did it, and that's all you know. I'll fix the other guys. You just want me to grab them in order?
Roger that, yeah.
All right, so you can move that guy if you want. There's that guy. And so probably what you're going to want to do...
The last one, or this next one, probably should be the middle column behind the skirmishers, right?
That makes sense. As I've commented before, man, these Austrian battalions are big.
What are their MRs?
Their MRs are good. I think they're 4s.
Right. So what does it take to break them, though?
You raise. You have to hit. You have to give them kills equal to their MRs. The trick with them though is because they're so big. Even though their MR is only 4, they get a free 5th kill.
Okay.
Because they're
and
so
that
bloody big. Yes.
The 3rd Battalion, 2nd Regiment.
Mm-hmm.
Can they come in on the right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's the best thing to do. As a matter of fact, I think it's fair to argue they could have easily done this. Now, the one thing you will want to watch out for, just as you head forward and as you think about your deployment, make sure that... Yeah, you're good. As you think about your deployment, you have to have room to form a line. Don't need it right now, but you will. All right. Vincenti, move forward, please.
Okay, so I can move 6 inches, correct?
Correct.
And where's the ruler again? That's...
All right, so here's the tricky piece. This is the hardest thing of all. At least this is, we call it, this is level 2 tabletop simulator. You've got to be able to select a group to get this to work.
Okay, I did.
All right, now what you do when you're done selecting your group is you left click on it and hold it.
Okay.
And now while doing that, left click and hold the tab key. Press and hold the tab.
Okay.
Now holding, there you go.
Oh, someone didn't get the word. There he is.
They were not sufficiently enthusiastic.
Man, I'm gonna have to talk to these guys. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, and then
So again, select the whole group.
okay, I did.
Left click and
Now
hold.
tab.
You got to get out of your tab key. Hit F1.
Hit F1. That brings up music.
Or you can use your left click your mouse on grab up at the top.
Yeah, or click on the
left.
finger.
Oh.
Either way.
Okay. How do I get out of it? I just brought up the sound bar. Okay, so
You got all sorts of fun key bindings.
okay, so I select the group, lasso M.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now hit left click and tab, right?
Once you got them lassoed, nope. You got it. You let go. You got to have that group. You got to have the whole thing lassoed.
They are yellow. Okay.
Nope. Because once again, you're in your ruler. So click on your hand. Left click and grab left click over everybody. Get them selected. There you go. Now hold the tab key down. And you got it.
These guys are a little bit more enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wrong one. Gotta get out into the hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Left click and drag.
a minute. Okay, so I'm outside of it.
You're right now. You've got your general clicked.
Okay, so I'll just move him up. Okay, so I get outside.
Mm-hmm.
I lasso him.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Left click and hold him. Nope. You let him go.
okay, and now left click and hold them.
Mm-hmm. Now hold down your tab key. And away you go. Get your hand back. Left click and hold them. You got to lasso the whole group.
Okay. Okay, so left click. For some reason. Let's try it this way. Okay. Any way of turning the unit designation off?
No, that's a tooltip pop up.
Okay, so then left kick, tab.
And you got no room. You're gonna have to stop little short there. I'll get that skirmisher out of your way.
Okay. Okay.
That's how you do it.
Okay. And I think I'm done.
I would agree. I think we'll be able to do one more turn this evening, which is fine, which is considering everything what we're learning. And that'll get us into some fighting, which will be great fun. Yeah, let's do it. Was there anyone that wanted to give different orders to their troops?
No.
Negative.
All right, we roll on. Nobody had to roll against their morale, so that's all fine. Takes us to turn 3. Awesome. Artillery fire. Oh boy, do we have some of that.
Yep. I want to shoot at the canister at the guy right in front.
You think? Mandatory canister. That's what that red stick means. You can't do the magic pullback trick. I gotta look at my canister modifiers.
Those hussars are going to take it right in the face.
Right in the puss, as we say.
Target, nope. Or canister fire or form unit, no. Just
Yep.
3 through 6s.
5 or 6 is a kill. If you get a 6, it's 2 kills.
Okay. And what is, okay. I'm not sure I rolled that. Okay, so then I go up to the red and click it, or just click again.
There you go.
There it is. A
Nothing.
3. Or is that a 2?
That's a 3.
It's a 3.
But I think,
Okay, so-
I think, now that I'm thinking about it, canister, yeah, 3 to 6 is a kill. 6 is 2 kills. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a kill on our friends. They actually didn't take it as bad as I thought they were gonna.
Me either.
So what I do
There's
is I
some-
go in here and I mark that they've taken a kill. Right in the tooltip. See
Some
if we also-
Hungarians going, whew!
Yeah, they're like, oh god, we're all gonna die. Wait, we didn't die? A bunch of Ulans lived. How about these horse guns? Still out of range?
Yes.
Looks like they could hit my skirmishers.
You can hit those
Are
skirmishers.
those skirmishers there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You always, no, you always want to shoot them skirmishers. Problem is,
Okay,
They're hard
against
to
this.
hit.
yeah, canister. Yeah, only canister. You can't kill skirmishers with canister. You can kill them with that. That does not do it.
Yeah.
That is long range. Yeah. So that's it. All right, that's all the artillery fire. So let's do our.
And
Oh, you
my,
still-
my
You've
horse
got
artillery
one.
can.
You've got one. Look at that. Certainly do.
But he moved on limber or just unlimbered this turn?
That was last turn.
Oh, last turn.
Spin her around. I think it's the same, but effective. Horse.
Well, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, no, that's effective range on them horsies up on that hill. Once again, I go to the wrong chart. Horse kill on a 6. Look at that.
How about that?
What did he roll?
Right back at you, Senor Chevaux Leger. And buys you a stagger. Which is interesting. Here's an interesting point. The 3 to 6 on the Ulans, that was a kill, but it wasn't a stagger because you did not exceed or match their frontal MR. You get both
Right.
here because you both hit their frontal MR and sustain a kill. So got a nice little double whammy there. So let's call it slight edge for our friends the Austrians on that one. All right, let's do turn order. We're going to cruise back here and check out Vincenti. Oh,
6.
mercy. Apparently your orders got back to him. Zebine.
And that is
Somebody
5.
Somebody woke up the Austrians.
The Bavarians.
And yeah, no. Well, the Bavarians were woken up by the Austrians. Is what I meant to say. Side of it.
6. That's what I wanted.
Wow, that's a very nice roll indeed. Let's see if they can match it with a roll for Radetzky.
No, not even close.
And let's see if the fortune smiles anymore on Hessen-Homburg. And it does indeed. He's our first go because you still have more guys on attack orders. So Hessen-Homburg.
All right.
I was wondering if you were going to go for this.
It's impressive.
Ah, yeah. Try doing that on a tabletop. The only thing you got to do is give me 2 inches back with the 3rd Battalion because they crossed a stream. And as Egon taught us, crossing the streams is bad. All right, there was another 6, though. Good move
Yeah,
there.
it's
Which one do there?
that's my cavalry. I want to charge.
Who? Wow. Who do you want to charge?
The 5th Dragoons will charge the 1st and the 3rd.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt they can hit them. Let's talk about counter charges, because obviously that was a thing in the Napoleonic Wars. Oh, that's right. That's only against staggered units. Just take a quick look at it there. And since you've got the rule set right in front of you, I'm going over to page 38.
Okay. You know, the other big critique I have of the rules is the fact that it's very difficult to see the page numbers in them.
That's a pain. It's one of the many things that David screwed up, I'm afraid.
But I still like the rules.
Oh, I love them. I love the rules. I want to be clear. I just wish that I wish it had received a better treatment, is my point. Yep, nope, that's it. In you go. So, what we're going to do, you can also wheel, but yeah, that's going to be cleaner. And we say in the Armchair Dragoons, bonk. Now, these boys are staggered. You want them going in?
That would give me support, wouldn't it?
No.
Why not? Let's see.
No, that you're thinking of infantry support.
No, I'm going to leave them as is.
Okay. Yeah, and what he's talking about for Achilles' benefit is right here. Infantry combat deployment. It's for infantry only. In that context, cavalry can support, but All right, so that's your 6. You're all set there. What's the next number down?
I have
I,
two
I think he
fives.
has a yeah. I think he
You
had
have
a couple of
fives.
fives.
All right, that 5. Ooh, they're getting there, but they are not quite there yet. Next turn they would be. Vincenti, what do you want them to do?
They're going to continue to move up.
All right, well, we're going to do the magic trick, except for those guys. You just want
Yes.
well, you've got to make a turn, don't you? Yep.
A slight turn. Yeah, it's basically following the road up
Yeah, that's
to
it. Yeah, you're going to follow.
and
That's it. You're
command
gonna
in
follow
front of the
road,
commander.
So. I'm going to dun you for a wheel, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But we'll do it this way. And then this guy, well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's what I think it's got to be. Yep. Now the question is, what do you want to do with those skirmishers?
Move them to the right of the whole column.
Okay. That'll be legit. I mean, it's...
Eventually, they'll get in front of them.
Yep. And in these boys, I think it's more credible to believe that they would do this. Which is 2, 4,
Basically, follow the road. Yeah.
6. Because they got to clear the town.
Right.
That's 6 for them. All right, that's their 6.
And my troops in Altdorf, they're going to stay put.
All right.
They're living the good life. They found the beer garden.
When I visited the battlefield at Egmul, one of the archaeological sites that's unfortunately closed to the public is the beer cellar. It was actually a tavern with a very large beer cellar just on the other side of the river from Egmul proper that several units of French cuirassiers found and never quite made it to the battlefield.
Well, there's something to be said for that.
You know, it's like, we got good Saxon beer, and I don't know. I'm not. Well, no, that's Bavarian. That's good Bavarian beer. I'm not feeling that. All
Nice
right,
to know the cavalry hasn't changed in a couple hundred years.
Right. In the true spirit of the cavalry. I love it. And that leaves it to Radetzky to continue his arrow, to continue following his arrow. I think you're doing a great job.
Roger that.
So when were you touring the battlefields, Jim?
What was that?
When were you touring the battlefields over in?
I was in. Let's see. We went to the 1809 battlefields in 2019.
Yeah, I did a tour of the peninsula in 2018.
Was that Kevin's tour? Or was that by yourself?
This was actually with a company called Cultural Experience.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Zucker had a tour that went to the peninsula that same year, so I was curious.
Yeah. 20 years before, I did the same thing with a friend. We just had Fortescue maps and for the battlefields and just basic knowledge.
Awesome.
Radetzky has moved.
That's it. I think that's it, which means we first check for musketry, and I don't see any. I don't think anybody's within 4 inches. So therefore, we would check for melee. And
we got one of those.
Look at that. Way melee works in Shako. We begin with your MR, shockingly enough. So let's talk about these 5th Dragoons. Those are quite good horses. They got a MR of 5. We look over here at the Uhlans. They've got 1 of 4, but they've got a kill on them. So that's the difference right there. So it's 5 to 4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to look at our melee modifiers. There's not too many of them, I don't think. They're there. And you can see kind of going down the line here. So let's what we'll do is, and I like to do this to start, we will modify, we'll start with Bob's. We'll start with Bob's 5. And we know that he is not staggered. None of these things apply. He has more kills than his opponents, though. Or he on his opponents, so that unfortunately is going to affect Achilles.
Okay, so wait a minute. Which one? Achilles says
he has more kills than you, so he's going to take a negative. So that's going to be it. So you're going to be a base 5. That's it. You've got nothing. Unfortunately, and we're going to flip over here now. So you're going to be a base 5, whereas Achilles is going to be a base 4, but -1 because he has more kills, which takes him to a 3. So it's a 5 to a 3 added to a 1d6 that I need each of you to roll now. Oh dear.
Oh, good lord.
That is 8 to 4. Not a desirable outcome. Severity of defeat. Where did it go now?
Almost as bad as you can get.
Yeah, it's not great. The loser is outscored. The difference is the number of kills. So unfortunately, you have taken...
Wiped them out, right?
Yes, you have been wiped out. So that wipes that out. Now, this leaves our good friend Sidovitz with a choice. He has the option to make a breakthrough move and charge this cavalry right there in front of him. If he does so, however, his cavalry will be blown right where it stands and will not have the option to recall. If he recalls it now, he pops back 12 inches facing this way, somewhere back here, and will be given the opportunity in the next turn to rest and recover.
right now I'm not considered blown, correct?
You will be. You will be blown at the end of this sequence. It's just depending on where you are when you're blown.
We're going for it.
All right. So you'll be blown straight ahead of you.
And wait a minute, how many inches do I get to charge?
It's your full movement, but it's got to be straight ahead.
So, and that was
12 inches.
okay. So what was the? So am I going to be able to hit him?
Oh, sure.
Easily.
Okay, then yeah, let's move him for it.
So this one, I don't think we're going to see any differences. I think this is going to be a 5 to a 4. 5 to 4. Oh, that is a hot hand. Oh, another wipeout.
Oh, wow.
That Achilles, dude. We got to talk.
That really hurt.
That's a punch in the face. We
Did
mark
give me
you with
rough
2
dice
staggers to indicate this is blown cavalry, and it's blown where
Okay.
it stands. So it's got to get moved back in its time, and you definitely don't want to get attacked in that status. But still, obviously, a good result for the Bavarians on that one. I also have to check. I think Radetzky actually owes a divisional morale check at 2 casualties, which he has now sustained. Checking. Still checking. Yes. That is his... The way Shako thinks, and I think it's one of the absolute strengths of the system, is sooner or later the division, the brigade, starts to decay in terms of strength and organization. So you will have to make in the morale phase your first check against divisional collapse. You don't do that right now, although we're very close to there.
Okay, so his division was basically the 2 cavalry plus the
No, it's everybody.
artillery. Oh, everybody. Okay.
So yeah, he that division is has taken a punching. And actually, it's a brigade, but
Yeah. Right.
just among friends. It's Shako speaks of divisions, but in this case, the battle is so small that they're actually brigades.
And so he has those two, and then these other two that are down below the artillery. Correct.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're also labeled. All right.
Plus 2 skirmisher groups.
Yes. So with that in mind, anybody want to change orders?
Don't we have to do when's the morale phase come?
That's next, but the first thing you do in that morale phase is change orders. Pretty sure.
No, I'm good.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, whose orders do you want to change?
Berdetsky's.
All right. Now, here's the worst news of your day.
Of course.
You got the Austrian military system. Charles is never on the map.
So I have to send a message to Vienna before it can come back to the
Yeah,
battlefield.
right. You got to get a hold of that Kriegsrat. Exactly. It's according to the map, Charles, and I'm being unfair because obviously Charles is the one significantly good Austrian commander throughout much of the Napoleonic Wars. But where am I supposed to imagine that this dude is parked? Because he is not on the map. Oh, there he is. Okay. We imagine that Charles is here. Which you say, well, that's not too bad. The problem is, on the first turn those guys go out, they only move at half speed.
Naturally.
Because God knows. So, what you're going to do here, as we did before, you are going to roll 1d6 to see just how well those fellas do.
How many aides does he have?
He has the same as you, 2.
Okay.
It's one of the things I do enjoy about this particular scenario is that he's actually equal to you. Usually, the French are swimming in aide de camp. I think Napoleon at Austerlitz has 4. Yeah, it's some crazy number. A 5. Yep. He gets his full normal movement, which is 2/3 is 16 inches. Unfortunately, it's only 8. Just because I think it's poetic, I think he should be on the road.
That makes sense to me.
There he comes, barreling up the road, bringing orders.
Okay, so would the order come from the division commander or?
No, all orders come from the commander in chief.
Okay, so we're assuming that he knew what happened on the right flank.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just much like DeRoy back here is issuing orders from where he is. So okay, so you want to change? Anybody else want to change an order?
No.
Cool. Now we do those morale checks. The first thing we do is attempts to rally. This guy can't right now because he's blown. However, these chevaux légers can. They need a 4 or less.
A 3.
They apparently sorted their stuff out. Well done.
Oh, it's got to be less than their.
Yes, you want to roll below their MR.
Okay.
Obviously,
Okay.
benefiting the higher MR. So you've done that. The last thing we do is we now take a look at Divisional Collapse. You have only
Words you never want to hear.
Oh no. That's dreadful. The So what you're going to do here, you're going to roll a 1d6 for that division. On a 4 to 6, they are to carry on or rally. On a 1 to 3, they are demoralized.
Oh,
They
perfect.
are demoralized. What does that mean? They
It means
Shako.
Verdetsky is going to get shot when he gets back to headquarters.
Demoralized units that lose in melee are automatically broken. Attacking division automatically assumes defend orders. You are and orders may be sent. Well, you can attempt to kick them out of that. Is the point. And you can recover from demoralization. I want to be clear. But because of that, I got to give Verdetsky one of those. So his unit, this whole unit, just fell to defend orders.
Which is perfect because that was the message he was about to get.
Very good. So he's stuck now. Obviously, he's got troops that he's facing within range. This is contact, so you can move, you can even attack, but you got to hold this position. There's no advancing up that hill, for example.
Roger. But they can change facing.
Yes, you can change facing, you can confront
attacking.
enemies. You can, these guys could come up to form a battle line. But, pretty much where he is, that's the center of gravity. And certainly nothing forward of those skirmishers. And guys, you can't advance those troops, what would we call a battle line. And so I would say, these guys can obviously go to here. Those guys are stuck, but they can wheel. So yeah, you're now going to be defending that space until you kick them into a different gear.
Perfect.
All right. Well, that takes us. Oh my goodness, it's almost 9:30.
It's only 5 o'clock.
Right. According to Potbellied Slim, Achilles, that is the difference between an M1 Abrams and a 12-hand Roan Gelding.
Yeah, I gotta get the idea of driving hard with my tanks out of my head.
Yeah. So I know Achilles, you've been poking at this for a little while longer, but Bob, I hope you started to get a sense of how this goes.
I understand the game mechanics. My problem is the.
Oh no, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. TTS. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I figured I figured you were going to be able to handle the Napoleonic warfare side of it. It's getting used the UI.
Is there a way of saving this so we can play again, or
of course?
Is it just...
No. We'll be. We're going to come. What I like to do is this is a good setup. I like this, and if you gents can come back next Wednesday, we'll pick it up same time right where we are.
I'm on.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm in.
Cool, and we may have an extra player or two join us. That I like to keep Wednesday Night Warfare to 3 or 4, but you never know. But yeah, cool. So if you're back at the same time, let me real quick. What I'm doing right now, in fact, the last thing I do is save.
Yeah, next time give me Velker.
Achilles is calling for Velker assistance.
Velkers. What is Velkers?
Velker is my son. He is a.
Okay.
He is a regular character both on Saturday Night Fights and also in the chat and everything else. Say hi. It's our new guest, Bob. Say hi to Bob, Velker.
Hello, Bob.
Hi, Velkers. How old are you?
How old are you?
I am 13 and a half.
13? You're not even and a half. Oh, boy.
Hey, I started my kids playing about 10, so you're...
I have photographic proof that my son played 54 millimeter plastic minis with me on the kitchen table when he was 3.
Oh, that's good.
He had his first game of Memoir 44 with me when he was 4. And he beat me at Pegasus Bridge. So there it is.
Well, we used to play pong ball. And
okay.
I have hundreds and hundreds of air-fixed Napoleonics.
Awesome.
And so we just divide them in half, and then you set up one end of the table and the other person, and you just throw a ping pong ball to see how many. I started the kids at like age 4 at that one.
Yeah, our dear friend Jeff, who unfortunately decided to move out into the dark side of the moon and has lost his good internet connection, but wants to be back with us soon. He and his granddaughters, and he posts this regularly, he has invented a game called Fairy Wars that he plays with his, I think by my count, 4 granddaughters, where he just sets up a big table, and he's got rules for it, but it's elves fighting pixies, fighting fairies, and it just seems like an absolute blast. And not too long ago, they said they wanted to play with Grandpa's little men.
All right.
So it's like, you know, it gives you hope that maybe it's a whole nother generation coming. So, well, Bob,
Yeah,
it was
well-
wonderful to have you. I'm gonna let the folks watching the broadcast go. You can hang on for a sec. Achilles, always a pleasure to have you back.
Thank you, sir. And definitely appreciate your patience tonight.
I do. I have a picture of Velker manning a cannon on the Victory a couple years ago. So,
You know, when I was
we will definitely come back and play some more. You both were great to have. Thanks everybody for watching. You know how much we appreciate you. What's the story? Well, tomorrow Vance and CT are back in the Bocage of Normandy, and they're going to be doing Operation Martlet. Let's see what horrible toys they brought for each other. And then on Saturday Night Fights, we are playing Black Powder 2, The Battle of Quatre Bras. It is Project Quatre Bras. Come on by. Don't miss it. It'll be a blast. And next Wednesday, we'll be back with these two gents and maybe a few more with, hey, Doug, I didn't see you in there. We never played it. Never played Shako 2. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I tell the story that I once got horribly, horribly sick because of Historicon a decade ago. I played Shako 2 for, I think, 28 hours straight.
Whoa.
I don't recommend it. It's why Historicon is so great when it's at full throat, because I was signed up for a Shako game, and a guy was playing with said, "Hey, you really seem to like these rules." I said, "I love these rules," and he said, "Well, wait a minute, I'm playing Shako next. Would you like to come?" And I said, "I would love to." And so I did that. And then another guy saw us playing, said, "Hey, nobody showed up for my Shako game. Do you guys want to play?" And I said, "Sure." And I think I played 6 games straight.
I actually played several years ago, Borodino with 54 millimeters at Historicon.
Nice.
With Shako.
With Shako?
Yeah.
How big was that table?
It was probably 16 or 20 feet. And the stands were basically a battalion was 4 figures, and if it was in line, you put it horizontal. If it was in column, you put it in vertical. And beautiful painted figures. And I think it was the president of Historicon or HMGS was one who hosted it.
Yeah, I think honestly, as we get a little bit older, we fall more and more in love with the big figs. It's true. Let me see here. Oh, hey, Ian Jackson. No, you can't play Quatre Bras using the Warlord game pack because there aren't enough figs in the mix. And Potbellied Slim, yes, they are 12 millimeter, and they got filthy colored bases. So keep coming for me. I regret nothing. I'm gonna have something to say about that on Saturday. I'm gonna have something to say because I've been watching a lot of people defending that nonsense, and I'm still not done. But you guys are a blast. Thank you so much always, and we will see y'all very, very soon.